Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia, and we are live here in Belém, Brazil, where the official opening of COP30, that is the conference in Athens, is about to start shortly. So here in this hall, we have several world leaders who have come to attend this particular conference to talk about climate change affecting the entire world. So here we have with us, as part of the Liberian delegation, we have with us Dr. Emmanuel Jacob. He's the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia. And we also have Deputy Finance Minister is also here, Deputy Zoro is also here, part of the Liberian delegation. So there are several Liberians who have come as well, part of the negotiation table, so as to talk about climate change and affecting Liberia, Africa, and the world alike. So very shortly, the conference is going to be opening. Several world leaders are here to form part of this particular occasion here in Belém, Germany. So keep following the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia official Facebook page as it's drinking happening here. This is the conference center. This is the conference center. See, this particular ceremony. So thank you so much for following and keep following the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia official Facebook page from Belém, Germany.
Today, we are presenting donors with this invoice, which we can find in our corporate media channels. This covers that donors have already promised. It includes the essential milestones that will keep us on track. First, we must double adaptation finance. This was due to the end of 2025.
Are you done? And you want to give the opportunity to other people?
Yeah.
So the government must use every money related to the gap. Second, we need to use the of the country. This was the key demand of small private workers. And all the need. So we need substantial contributions to each fund's next replenishment round. The invoice concludes with the 300 million.
Please go on the right side, yeah?
Whoever passed, please leave the space for your colleagues.
Three. Just leave the door open. Leave the door open.
Protection Agency of Liberia. We are currently live from the plenary section of the official opening of the conference of the party, COP10 here in Belém, Brazil. So whatsoever you want to say about that?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the folks are restricting the media, so that's why you see us from the fight. There are hundreds of journalists who have come from different countries to cover this particular event here. So the security protocol here is very tight. The area Larry, out of the media houses to go at the front. But we are still managing and finding ways of making life happening here from Belém, Brazil. So good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you are, it's 10:44 a.m. here in Belém, Brazil. So that's a video of COP29 that took place in Azerbaijan, some part of last year.
Okay, we'll come as a group again. Okay? After the group.
And then you go back. The one who doesn't go back, you're out.
What's going to happen on the stage is the moment we COP 29 hand over to COP 30, the election of COP 30 president of Brazil. Okay? That's a power to be given. We'll bring all of you. Please don't make it as the first message. We'll bring you back. So
Mas tem que voltar quando ele falar, senão não vai embora. É, 2 minutos quando o vídeo quando o vídeo acaba.
Vámonos.
Não, ainda não. Aconteceu uma coisa lá.
De costas,
Vamos ver.
sobe o palco, vai
taking the media again to
COP29 closed with the Balkan Climate Unity Pact, proof that even in divided times we can unite for a shared future. Since then, we have worked with Brazil to draw the power to build Libya and hold everyone to the promises they made at COP29.
Sí, esperamos hasta el momento que dure
The task is clear that Brazil, fulfilling our promises, gives the green light to green investment and keep moving forward in solidarity for a green world.
Dear delegates, I would like to invite you to turn the sub-item document CP/2025/1 Addendum 1, election of the President of the Conference of the Parties at its 30th session. In accordance with Rule 22, paragraph 1, of the draft rules of procedure being applied, the office of the President is subject to rotation among the
Council of the Parties.
regional groups. To continue the cycle with the President from the Latin American and Caribbean states, I am honored to propose that the conference elects by acclamation His Excellency André Aranha Correa de Lago as President of the Conference for the Parties at its 30th session.
So the new president of the Conference of the Parties has been announced here.
It gives me great pleasure to declare His Excellency André Aranha Correa de Lago elected President. I congratulate His Excellency Correa de Lago on his election. Allow me again to wish him every success in guiding the work of the conference. I would like to invite His Excellency de Lago to take his seat at the podium.
Sorry?
So that's the newly elected president of the Conference of the Party taking his seat. We are very sorry because of
You have to give
there are too many media houses here, so the security protocol is not alive.
Welcome, James. You have to follow also security. And security has decided we can't get as long as we like. That was not the problem. If it's a small book, we can. The plan was to give you all the like as Bula is sitting without anybody.
Wherever you are joining us, this is the official plenary session of the Conference of Party COP 30 taking place here in Belém, Germany from the 10th to the 21st of November. Here world leaders are here to discuss the issue of climate change affecting the entire world. with the Liberian delegation being represented. We have with us the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia, Dr. Emmanuel Yuri Yakbawodo is here. We also have with us Deputy Finance Minister Deputy Zoe is also here. Schools of Liberians with borderline ministries and agencies are also part of this conference. This is meant to put the interests of Liberia first, to negotiate, to talk about some of the climate issues facing Liberia. At 2 p.m. this afternoon, Brazilian time, that will be 5 p.m. in Liberia, we are going to open the Liberian Pavillion here to showcase some of our work.
Back of the stage.
To showcase some of our rich histories. Our tourist sites, our forests, and just name the rest. So, one of the welcome here is the official final session of the conference of the parties. We are going to take a short break, and then we want to resume later.
presented to the Nema people has to be approved through the Nine-Man Council. We also have a local reporter from Radio Nema because we are more concerned about how information is disseminated within Nema County. So we have to bring a local journalists as well. So we really have to participate and also see what's in it for Nema. At COP29, we're able to negotiate the botanical garden. And we thank the UNTP that is very supportive for living with Dr. Emmanuel Yakari of the EPA. And we see if we can ask for more funding for Nema. We need that forest first of the garden first of its kind, where we are protecting species, especially those that are risked because of the medical value.
Oh, interesting. There's a saying that goes to say, Yago Nima Yasi.
Yago Nima Yasi.
Correct. What does that mean?
When it comes from Nema, it has to be good, and that's why we are here to make sure that a lot of good things are coming from Nema.
Sometimes many people don't make it look like say we put other cutting members.
No, other cutting members are here, and we were already standing by the coastal counties. As you see, that's one of the projects that is cleared here today, especially Sino County areas that we're suffering badly when it comes to erosion, coastal erosion, and how we can build resilience as a country. So I just want to say a big thank you to Dr. Yaku for his vision. And it's involving protecting our environment all across the country, whether it's the coastal area, it's the mountainous area. And I'm sure that under his leadership and under the leadership of the whose development agenda is in track in this, we'll all achieve a lot together. So I'm happy to be at this pavilion today. Liberia has a own pavilion. Like very
that's probably going to be my next question. Tell me.
And you see here we are showcasing the ERAS agenda in everything here that we do. And we also have flagship projects. We have local food. And what is interesting about this activity, this is local livelihood. Women trying to come together. How women come together and
something on that. So basically, most of the things are actually really made in the way that women are trying to thank you so much. So I think we want to go to the youth sector. Let's hear from the youth. Come. We are not really most on touch. You're here for an event. Let's see what's happening.
Let me get this.
Hello. Hi, Denise. You already know my name. Oh, yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so tell me, how's your journey? What are you doing here?
Thank you, Denise. So my journey here has been inspirational, I would say, but also one that has taught me a lot of different lessons. And why am I here is coming from the civil society background. Actually, it's an honor being part of the delegation. Just giving support in areas where I have expertise, in areas where I have experience in the climate sector. So I'm here to be able to support in lifting the voices of civil society actors, but also of young people from not just Liberia, but from Africa, lifting up the voices also of local communities and of people who are on the front line of the brink of the climate crisis, in showing that we push for just transition, in showing that the principles of just transition and COP30 is established to be able to support countries like Liberia and ensure that adaptation is well funded and supported, and ensure that mitigation as well is supported to the fullest. So basically that's why I'm here, to ensure that we lift the voices of all of the different marginalized groups and the groups that are on the front line of the climate crisis.
You are here. Good. So you are here at the Liberian Pavillion.
For me, it's the allies. The allies really give a picture of the beauty of our country in terms of nature, our animals, our forests, and it comes to water, our ocean. It just sort of gave a very beautiful picture, and not just beautiful picture, but also a resilient picture showing how much Liberia is a resilient country, where we came from, where we're going. And it's also, I would say, a form of inspiration and hope. It gives a lot of hope to say that Liberia is being branded well, and we're on the right path to greater heights.
Right path to greater heights. So thank you so much for you, and we look forward to more interactions as we go by. Thank you.
So let me see here.
You are following the community protection where you broadcast from Brazil, specifically in Belém. So super cool to see Liberia, see different kinds of shades of things that are here. We also have different sectors like which is Madagascar. So again, welcome to the Liberian Pavillion here at Belém, Brazil. This is our own pavilion where there are different activities going to be taking place. But in a couple of minutes, we will be having the official launch. Yes. Biggest. I mean, the biggest.
So you know what? This thing has to be started. It's too much noise. Yes. 1, 2. Who's next? So you have to unshake too much, yeah? Go ahead.
We have Darius Estola. Darius, how are you?
Thanks so kindly, I'm good.
Okay. Tell me, is it your first time being a cup?
Sure. This is my very first time. I'm here first time at the COP, and of course I'm here though as a Liberian representative, but of course specifically I do represent the students and young people of the Republic of Liberia in my capacity as the current Secretary General of the Liberia National Students Union. Like I initially said, this is my debut, at this United Nations global platform that brings together world leaders to talk about issues relative to climate that are confronting the world at different levels in different countries. Everybody, I think, has a part to play in this because to some extent, everyone has their own unique story about the effect of climate change around the world, like I said, at different level. So we too are here representing the students of the Republic of Liberia and by extension the young people to ensure that we can get engaged, support our own country, to get engaged with different conversation at different level to ensure that we can be able to address a couple of a host of issues climate related that also affect our country, ranging from sea erosion to the rest of it.
Interesting. The fact that we have this in the community yet with signals along for Liberia. So what will be some of the takeaway from which one of the sections are you following, and what will be some of the takeaway?
Well, so basically, like I said in my thesis, we have come to support Liberia's agenda first and foremost. And then the second thing is that in the context of our representation or the constituent we represent, we have come to also check at different pavilions to see some of the interesting things that, or some of the issues that people try to solve. For instance, we want to talk about climate justice, okay? Those issues, to be able to find solution to the couple of problems that we do have identified that continue to affect, because we are talking about something, a sustainable solution, all right, where we can be able to address the contemporary problems of climate change today without jeopardizing the future of every generation to come. So that's quite interesting to us. And we have also come to, in addition, amplify the voice of the students and young people to ensure that their youth involvement in terms of climate policy formulation, implementation, and also investment in green innovation and the rest of it. From the angle of the students, I mean, we are interested even in integrating into national curriculum the issue of climate science, okay, so that you have perfect, possible, and direct replacements for current leaders if they are incapacitated tomorrow. So there are a couple of things that we intend to work on and partner and do a whole lot of things. So we are here as a Liberian, representing the young people and to support Liberia's agenda.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. He's here.
Is he there?
Yeah, there's another seat here. Once again, welcome to the opening of Liberia's Pavillion at COP30. At about this time, we will now start this the opening of this program. Okay. So this, again, welcome everyone. This is a collaboration between the United Nations Development Program and the government of Liberia through the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia. And through this collaboration, this pavilion was secured, and there was also a development of Liberia's national capital atlas after 50 years. So thank you to all of the collaborating partners for ensuring this is happening. Kindly allow me to recognize our high-level guests. Today with us we have Honorable Deku Wazuo, Deputy Minister for Economic Management, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. We also have Dr. Emmanuel King Yakwahulo, Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer, Environmental Protection Agency in Liberia. We also have Mr. Matthias Zanana, Director, Regional Office, Center for Africa, UNDP. We have Mr. Aliyu Mamadou Diap, Resident Representative, United Nations Development Program, Liberia. We have Mr. Kelvin Luzalu, Youth Negotiators Academy Representative from Sierra Leone. We also have Mr. Boniface Massa, representative from the Disability Fund. And kindly also allow me to recognize all other dignitaries present, as well as delegates that are present here today. this time, we'd like to take welcome remarks, overview, and objectives of the event, and this will be done by Dr. Emmanuel King Ure Yabaolo, Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer, Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia. Dr. Yabaolo.
At this point in time, the Chief Executive Officer, Emmanuel,
thank you very much. To be here this afternoon. Excellencies, we recognize our progress, our head of dedication, also the Minister of Finance, the also officials of the UN, EP, sitting with us here, our colleagues on the cross the street on the other side, officials of the delegation, recognize your presence, development partners, our friends and our leaders in terms of negotiation. We recognize all the people here. In my distinct honor, on behalf of the government and people of Liberia, to welcome you to the opening of the Liberian Pavillion at COP30, to the historic occasion of the launch of Liberia's nationally determined contribution and the natural capital allies of Liberia. Liberia NDC represents a new chapter in our national climate ambition, one that is deeply aligned with the arrest agenda for inclusive development of President Joseph Boakai Sr. and the Sustainable Development Goals. The NDC is not merely a document of commitment, it is a roadmap for transformation, linking climate action with poverty reduction, green job creation, and sustainable livelihoods. It amplifies the voices of our farmers, officials, women, youth, and communities across all 15 counties. Those who bear the brunt of climate impact will remain the guardians of Liberia's natural heritage. Through the NDC 3.0, Liberia commits to reducing 64% of its national greenhouse gas emissions by 2035, with 10% unconditional contribution from domestic resources and 54% conditioned from international support. Key priorities in our NDC include renewable energy and clean cooking to reduce deforestation and improve public health, climate smart agriculture to ensure food security and resilience for rural communities, sustainable forest management, the blue economy development to protect the 43% share of the Upper Guinean forest that Liberia manages. Nature-based and climate-based mechanisms, including emerging carbon market policy to attract green investment and ensure benefit sharing with local communities. Our NDC 3.0 reflects the central vision of the AID. The national development must be inclusive, climate smart, and center on both people and nature. Distinguished guests, especially the Superintendent of, is she here? Superintendent from one of our biggest county in Liberia. Superintendent is right here. We recognize your presence, always coming to support us and representing the local authorities. Today we proudly unveiled our natural capital allies of Liberia, a groundbreaking tool that marked our forests, our rivers, wetland, mangrove, and minerals, as well as biodiversity hotspots that we scientifically and accurately reporting them. The allies is more than a combination of map. It is a national mirror reflecting beauty, abundance, and economic potential for Liberia's natural wealth. It serves as a key instrument for implementing the NDC 3.0, identifying where nature-based investment drive climate mitigation and adaptation. Given that 54% of our NDC is conditional on international support, this ally is a strategic showcase, an invitation for public and private sector investment in Liberia's natural capital. Liberian ecosystem and dense forests, vast rivers, and blue-rich mangrove are among the most valuable assets in West Africa. These are not just only treasures to protect, they are the engines of sustainable growth, capable of generating carbon credits, ecotourism, and resilient livelihoods for generations to come. By combining science, policy, and finance, we are positioning Liberia as a global example of nature-positive investment where environmental protection fuels economic opportunity. None of this progress would have been possible without the support and partnership of our friends and allies. On behalf of the government and people of Liberia and the EPA, I extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the United Nations Development Program under the able leadership of my friend and brother here, Mr. Alio Dia, for their steadfast partnership in climate governance and institutional strengthening. The contributions of Canada, UNCDF, and others have been very, very helpful. We also recognize all those who are helped, including the International Focus Magazine, with the development of the NDC 3.0 and the Natural Capital Allies of Liberia for their leadership. Their commitment reflects the spirit of multilateralism and cooperation that define this COP and our collective climate action. As we open the Liberian Pavillion here in Belém, and what many are calling the Forest Cup, we send a clear message to the world. Liberia is ready to lead in nature-based and market-based climate solutions, ready to partner with responsible investors and innovators. We are ready to demonstrate that climate action and economic growth can move together. Let the launch of the NDC 3.0 and the Natural Capital Alliance of Liberia serve as a bold declaration that Liberia is a destination for climate-smart investment. A nation determined to turn its natural capital into human capital through innovation, transparency, and shared prosperity. Together we can make Liberia a model of climate mitigation and adaptation through business-oriented and science-driven solutions. A beacon of hope for greener and more resilient Africa. Long live the Republic of Liberia. Long live our planet. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was the voice of the Liberian Pavillion.
Thank you so much,
The Liberian Pavillion here at COP 30 is taking place here in
at this
Brazil,
time, would like to call on our development partners from Canada. Okay. All right. So now we'd like to call on Dr. Antwi Amoa, the incoming chair of the African Group of Negotiators.
Antwi is the incoming chair of the African Group, and he's a very good friend of Liberia.
I thought I was just invited to, but Excellencies, distinguished delegates and participants for this very beautiful occasion. My name is Dr. Antwi Amoa. I'm from Ghana. I'm a very close ally to the Republic of Liberia. We've been very close together, working on a number of things. I work with the Environmental Protection Authority. It used to be agency. So Liberia agency, environment, and Ghana's agency, we have a lot in common. And so we work together on a number of issues. I was invited to come and observe this very beautiful occasion and also probably say a word. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for this very important feat. A developing country within West Africa, uplifting the cause to planetary image. I think that is very important. Liberia has a lot of natural resources, we call it natural capital. It also has the human capital to be able to combine the natural capital with the human capital to drive the climate agenda that we are looking for. And so I'm so happy to be part of this program. As an incoming chair in the West African, I think we have a lot to work together. There's always a disconnection between the technical level discussions and then the political discourse as far as this climate discourse is concerned. One of the key things that we want to see and that this leadership is how do we work together the political level and the technical level so that we can drive the ambition that we wanted for the continent and then also for the world. So in order not to take much time, I just want to congratulate you and say a very big thank you for this feat. And then unfortunately Ghana doesn't have pavilion this time. We have been always having a pavilion. This time we couldn't make it. And so I'm going to be a close associate to this pavilion. And I'm sure that we'll go together. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amwa, for the remark. I would now like to call
Association of Liberia.
Mr. Ali Dia,
We go to the United
resident
Nations mission.
representative for the United Nations Development Program of Liberia. You're welcome, sir.
So I see that you want to put me in trouble. My boss is sitting next to me and you want me to speak. But definitely I will be very brief. I want to just recognize His Excellency the Minister, Deputy Minister's role of Finance and Development Planning, our regional servicing just we used to be Marcos for many years back. We haven't started today. And my young power. We are very happy to be associated with this very important piece of work. This has started a few months ago in Liberia. This is the result of our very first engagement that we had when I joined UNDP in Liberia in December 2024. It was not even an informal meeting, right, where we said, okay, what are we going to do at the CAP? We need to have a pavilion, we need to be able to do things what they put Liberia up there for people to see. That amazing things are happening in Liberia in terms of work. But I think if you've gone through this very important document, you will see the potential of this beautiful nation, of this beautiful country, which is Liberia. From all over, you take the coast, you take the biodiversity, you take the forest, everything is in here. We've tried to capture that because we want people to know, we want the world to know that Liberia has a lot to offer in terms of climate action. A lot. I think what we have captured here is not more, is less than 1% of the total potential of this country. When I went to Liberia in December, a month after I went to do a tour into the country, and I was amazed. For those who haven't been to Liberia, please come and visit. If you land there, I think you're going to be looking for a piece of land to stay because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The Liberians are amazing people. They are very welcoming. I'm from Senegal, and we know in Senegal, Senegal is a land of hospitality. But I think the Liberians are challenging now the Senegalese in terms of hospitality. So I know my friends are next door, my Senegalese compatriots. But really, this is very important. And I think the government is also taking it very serious. The work on climate change, the climate action in the ED has talked about the NDC, how important and how ambitious the NDC 3.0 is. The government is putting all its efforts through the Ministry of Planning at the highest level, even at the President's office, taking this very serious. So our role as UNDP, and my director will come back to that, really to support this big ambition, these various initiatives that the Liberian government is pushing forward. The minister will talk about the arrest agenda. The arrest agenda is the national development plan of Liberia for the next 5 years. Very ambitious. And climate, energy, resilience is at the core of the arrest agenda. The minister will unpack it for you. But basically, whatever we do is to support the government of Liberia as UNDP. Whatever we do is to make sure that the Liberian people are not impacted, badly by the impact of climate change. So we are together for not only doing this atlas, we have supported it, but we are together in terms of implementation on the NDC and various other strategies and projects that are happening, that we are working on in the coming years. So I want to thank you so much, indeed, Minister, convey our appreciation to the highest authorities in Liberia, including His Excellency the President Joseph Muhammad Wakai, who has given us also the opportunity to engage in whatever the government is doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Liudia, for highlighting how much
representative of Liberia
has in collaborating on climate action. Well, now with us today we have local government representative. We'd like to call on Superintendent EPA Bono, who is the current superintendent of the second largest county in Liberia, Nema County. Madam Bono, you're welcome.
Thank you. Our distinguished platform guests, all protocol respectfully observed, our partners, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the local governments of Liberia, we'd like to say a special thank you to UNDP and all of our partners who have supported our government through the support to the EPA in helping us become a more climate action ready country. We'd like to say a big thank you to you, Dr. Emmanuel Yakpawolo, for your proactive step. Yesterday we were like Ghana is today. We were in Azerbaijan. We had no pavilion. Today we are so proud of where we are and highlighting our climate goals. We are very happy, and we also want to say thank you to the partners, because we are a country that we have coastal areas, our entire south, and we have challenges when it comes to erosion. We are a country that from the northern side, we are a country involved in a lot of mining and extraction, which eventually puts our country at risk in terms of climate. The local and indigenous people are affected when these things happen. So that's why it is important to have representation from the local government here. Our people are affected when they have to leave their place of living and move. There's a lot of loss of culture, and loss of livelihood, and they have to go to new areas and learn new things. So it's very important that you have the local content that our people are able to understand and to be prepared. Nema specifically, where I represent, the second biggest preference, Nema is, if not at risk now, climate is something that happens over time. We have the biggest mining concession in the country, the ArcelorMittal, and many other mining concessions, which in the long term has the ability to put us at risk. We want our county to be ready when such times come. So we are getting ready, whether it's by preserving our forests. We are also home to the East Nema Nature Reserve, and that is why we are proud to be here today with our #1 ranger, Catherine Delo. You stand up. She's been making a lot of contributions in protecting our protected wildlife in the East Nema Nature Reserve. And that is not just the animal, that's the species as well. So we want to thank the EPA again for all the support, but it would be remiss of me while this high level is here to not say a particular thank you to the UNDP, who has helped to finance the establishment of our botanical garden, the first botanical garden in our country, which was birthed at COP29 in Azerbaijan. It was for us an ambitious dream, and we said we will go to the UNDP through the EPA seeking assistance. Today I can proudly tell you that phase 1 is over. The seeding have been done, they've been planted, the layout has been done. And what is important about this is that it's going to protect species with medical value. You know, in many developing countries where there are not good access to medical, people will hear that this plant can help you with cancer, this plant can help you with malaria, and people are just picking them and using them for medicine purpose. But with the ambitious work put together, the EPA, with the support of UNDP, we are able to collect and save plants with medical value, 60% organic, 40% foreign plants. So this is the first of its kind in our country. Phase 1 and phase 2, strongest financed by the UNDP. So our honorable representatives from the UNDP and partners who will be interested, we understand that's on the UNDP will be meeting again to look at their financial budget for fiscal year 2026. We are humbly intended that Liberia is considered through the EPA for more support to this guiding to phase 3 and phase 4, which it will help the EPA. That will be the flagship project on Dr. Yabalu, and that project will be in line with our president's vision for tourism that is captured in the RSM agenda. So we want to say thank you to UNDP, and we want to throw it there to all well-meaning partners that we need more support, and we'll ask the UNDP for continued support to the Nema Botanical Garden or direct support to the EPA, and a support that strengthens our president's agenda in tourism. On behalf of the local government, we'll say thank you to all of our partners in the EPA. Thank you so much.
Nema County Superintendent Paul Miante Gono, making remarks on behalf of the local government.
Good afternoon, everyone. I mean, that's a very bad timeline for me. Talking very slow with a very slow speech, so I'm gonna try my best to loud my voice. So, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, colleagues, and friends, it's an honor for me today to represent the Ministry of Environment for Senegal at this event. So, as you may know, Senegal also is having a very huge experience on coastal management area and also developing the communities. It's very good that we have more than 700 kilometers as coastal area, but also it's a huge challenge for Senegal because actually we are facing several extreme events like floodings and so on. Lastly, during the last rainy season, that was a very great disaster we faced on. Even the president and all the authorities were with communities to support them on those very challenging situations. So it's also good to share our knowledge and our experience on the NDC development. And I think that's a very good timeline because last year we developed our national strategic plan for the coastal zone management, and that was also the way through having the needed experience to go to the NDC development, the 3.0. So those two areas are like tied and at the heart of Africa's climate ambitions. So across our continent, I can say that the revision and implementation of the NDC has become an opportunity to align with the national priorities with communities' realities. And that's what we tried our best to do with that new 3.0 embassy that we were foreseeing. And this will ensure that climate action is not only about global targets, but about protecting lives, livelihoods, and ecosystems. In Senegal, as in Liberia, I guess, the coastal zone is both economic and powerhouse in climate control. Sea level rise, erosions, and salinization threaten agriculture, infrastructure, and cultural heritage. Yet, these same coastal areas hold the keys to resilience through mangrove ecosystem, blue carbon initiatives, and communities stewardship. Through initiatives led by government, civil society, and partners, as portrayed, I'm actually the country director for that NGO, CREATE. We are working to integrate coastal ecosystem restoration into NDC implementation, ensuring that mangrove regeneration and sustainable land use practices are recognized as key adaptation and mitigation actions. We are also empowering local communities, especially women and youth, to take part of in coastal resource management, linking livelihoods improvement with environmental protection also. We are also promoting regional cooperation, and this is the way to have the hand raised for TrueLiberia. To promote regional cooperation, learning from experiences across West Africa, including Liberia leadership in nature-based solutions and climate governance. I also want to share here the experience I had working with two partners in Liberia, that was Libasa and Nimba for Ecolodge. So that was great, and that was really interesting. We got very nice results on those experiences, and I can assure you that you really need to visit Liberia and to see those really nice achievements. Lastly, I want to say that we need to let this pavilion be a space to strengthen Africa's solidarity and best practices and build a unified voice for resilience, inclusive, and climate-smart coastal development. I do thank you.
Well, she's a representative from Senegal, making a remark. So, as you know, this is the official opening of the Liberia Pavillion here in Belém, Brazil.
Urging the Liberian delegate that this speech should be used to strengthen
the conference of the party activities here in Belém.
At this time, we would like to call on Mr. Kelvin Musalu, the Youth Negotiators Academy representative from Suriname.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Kevin Musalu. I come from Kenya, not Sierra Leone, but it's true that I work with the Youth Negotiators Academy as the country relations manager. The Youth Negotiators Academy is a global program that was designed and is being implemented to empower young people to be the negotiators of the future. And it came in to fill in the gap of the fact that young people, especially from the global south, do not have opportunities that open them to be effective negotiators. And so through our program, the Climate Youth Negotiators Program and the Land Use Negotiators Program, we train these young people between 18 and 35 to understand the art of negotiation. And also we enter into formal agreements with their countries, respective countries, so that they give them the accreditation, the right accreditation that's needed for them to negotiate. So this week you will be seeing, and next week you'll be seeing young people from the Youth Negotiators Academy. About 300 of them have been trained this year, and this year we're working with 75 countries from across the world. I am so delighted to be here because Liberia has been part of the training since 2022 when we started. So thank you so much, Liberia, for being part of us. And each year, each country that is signing an MOU with us nominates 4 young people to the program. And these young people are taken through an intense 5 months training together with an in-person component. And we also provide financing for some of them that performed really well during the training to come here. So from Liberia is there, we are funding that beautiful young lady over there to attend the COP in its entirety. And we hope that next year, because we're having 3 COPs, we're having the Biodiversity COP, the Climate COP, and the Land COP, we will be having to request Liberia to nominate 12 young people, 4 under each stream, to be part of these 3 programs, because in addition to land and climate change, we're also starting a program for biodiversity. And I'm happy that Mr. Benjamin over there has been really, really supportive of these young people throughout the progress. And we are soon meeting with him to see how best we can work together with Liberia for 2026. So this is a call-up for all young people who are here and maybe they have never heard about the Youth Negotiators Academy. You can look us up, and any other country that would like to be part of us in 2026. Just to wind up by congratulating Liberia for this awesome space, having this pavilion, and also for welcoming the Youth Negotiators Academy to host events here, youth-led events and youth-focused events, of course, and we are really, really humbled for that invitation. So we remain committed to working together with the government of Liberia. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana.
So
Thank you so much,
from Kenya.
Salu, for recognizing the Liberian government on its commitment towards youth climate action. At this time, we would like to call on Mr. Boniface Massa, a representative from the Disability Fund. You're welcome, Mr. Massa.
Thank you very much. I'm Boniface Massa. I'm the Executive Director of Africa Feminism Network. Honorable Deputy Minister and all protocol officer. It's an honor for us to be here. I am from Malawi. I'm also a commissioner at the Malawi Human Rights Commission. Let me say that it's an opportunity to speak to Liberian delegation, particularly also to congratulate you on the great work and the launch of the Atlas. Our focus has been really to ensure inclusivity when it talks about the access to issues of climate change and disaster management. So we want really to continue our work with the Liberian government. We work closely with the Liberian Association for Persons with Albinism, and we want to ensure that when we talk about climate change, issues of persons with albinism are at the center of any interventions that target persons with albinism across Africa. We are championing the Africa Action Plan on protection and promotion of the rights of persons with albinism, which has a key emphasis on ensuring that people with albinism across South Africa are enjoying their rights. Apart from the ritual killings maybe you have seen across Sub-Saharan region, but across Africa, 80% of persons with albinism are dying due to skin cancer. And this is as a result of climate change. So our collaboration with government, including the government of Liberia and all governments here, I'm glad that the upcoming chair is also here. We want to ensure that when we talk about climate change, we also amplify the voice of people with disabilities and also the voice of young people with albinism, women with albinism, girls with albinism. It is very important. Apart from us facing stigma and discrimination, climate change is also killing us early, and we need government support, we need civil society support, we need commitment. When we negotiate about climate change, let's also negotiate about intervention for excluded groups like ourselves, people with albinism in Africa. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mansa, for highlighting the importance of lifting the voices of those that are at the marginalized areas or groups as well. Now we'd like to call on Mr. Ali Mohammed, the Special Envoy on Climate Change, Republic of Kenya.
Thank you very much, good afternoon all. It's really a great pleasure to be in an African pavilion, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Liberia, Deputy Minister. Thank you very much for your good pavilion. We are all here to push for the African agenda, which is really critical. Climate change, as we all know, is impacting disproportionately the African people. I just listened to the concerns of people who are living with disability, but overall, all of us as Africa are being disproportionately being impacted, and our voices need to be together. We need to work together as Africa to push for success of this COP. This is a COP of implementation. This is a COP of innovation. It's a COP of cooperation. Therefore, we need to cooperate within Africa, but also within the global South-South cooperation and North-South cooperation, and implement the decisions that have been coming out of the various COP resolutions. I look forward to working with Liberia and all other countries, and I take this opportunity to congratulate our incoming chair for the African Group of Negotiators, my brother Antwi, who will be leading us beginning next month, inshallah. So thank you very much for all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. At this time, we'd like to take our special remarks, and this will be done by Mr. Matthias Zanana, the Director for Regional Service Center for Africa, UNDP. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I wanted to still continue listening to all the testimonies and speeches by people that I've always wanted to listen to. Your Excellency, thank you very much. We met in Baku last year, and I was privileged to be in a meeting with you and the UNDP administrator. And since then, I've always been an admirer of your passion on this particular subject of climate change and climate action. So thank you very much for gracing this occasion for Liberia. And Liberia, by story, is also very dear to my heart. Unfortunately, I am from Ghana. I wanted to hear that reaction. I am from Ghana, proudly so, but I think I am more connected to Liberia in many ways.
We'll bring you back.
In 2003, I got my first international job to Liberia, and my job was to train political parties. In 2005, I went back to observe the elections, and I was in Nimba County. 2007, I went back for something else. 2009, I went back for something else. So every 2 years, I used to go back to Liberia. So I like palm butter soup. Your Excellency, the Minister, Deputy Minister, Your Excellency, the Executive Director, my dear brother, the Rest Rep for UNDP in our beautiful Liberia, and all of you special people gracing this very important occasion. And you saw there was just a rain outside. And in our African context, when it's raining on the first day that you are attempting to do something, it's a blessing. So thank you very much. I would have loved to speak from my heart, but if I do that, I think my colleagues will be very unhappy, because they have a script here that I have to read judiciously. But let me say, first and foremost, congratulations to your leadership, the government, for actually leading with a sense of responsibility that has resulted in the production of this beautiful natural capital atlas. I want to suggest that the young negotiators should make this a must read for all the Liberian students in their negotiating class, the young ones. Yeah? It is a beautiful document. It is a privilege to join you at this historic occasion, the global launch of two remarkable national instruments, the Atlas of the Natural Beauty and Wonders of Liberia and Liberia's revised nationally determined contributions, NDC 3.0. Allow me at the outset to commend the government of Liberia under the leadership of His Excellency, the President Joseph Boakai, for its steadfast commitment to climate action and sustainable development. I also recognize the leadership of the Environmental Protection Agency, the Ministry of Finance, and all partners for your collaboration and the contributions that you've all given for this important milestone. Today's launch at COP30 is far more than a national event. It is a statement of Africa's determination to lead with innovation, data, and purpose in shaping a resilient and sustainable future. The revised NDCs 3.0 represent Liberia's renewed climate ambition. The Executive Director highlighted a number of them. But let me include that it is the ones that reflect the ambition of being stronger, more inclusive, and more aligned with the global goal of limiting warming to 1.5 Celsius. It provides a clear roadmap for climate resilient growth, emphasizing low carbon development, forest protection, and sustainable livelihoods. My colleague already intimated or said already that UNDP is always proud to be by the side of the government and people of Liberia, and we have worked with you for many years through thick and thin, and now we can see light at the end of the tunnel. This book itself is a revelation